Good evening, y'all. It's Friday, September 4th. To all my listeners in Bowling Green, Kentucky, the state of Kentucky, or wherever you might be listening from, welcome back to another edition of the Wildcats and Then Some podcast. I'm your host, Deshaun BBN, or you can just call me Deshaun for short. I'm sorry, y'all. I know it's been over a month since I recorded, but I promise I will start being more frequent with my podcasts. I mean it. Pinky promise, pinky swear. I promise I will be more frequent. But hey, like the threads, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, I know. Some of y'all like it. Some of y'all ain't gonna like it, but that's alright. The reason why I'm wearing this is to show my support for the Kentucky basketball team, the Kentucky football team, as well as the Alabama football team. Now, no, I'm not becoming an Alabama fan, but I gotta give Alabama a support because Nick Saban led the football team on a peaceful protest to show their support for the Black Lives Matter movement. John Calipari and the basketball team, they made a video showing their support for the Black Lives Matter movement. Mark Stoops led the Kentucky football team in a peaceful protest to show their support for Black Lives Matter. So that's why I'm wearing this. And to no surprise, some people ain't feeling it. I gotta say, I wouldn't say I'm surprised, but I'm disappointed in Big Blue Nation. Like, Kentucky, we supposed to be the best fans in college basketball. We pride ourselves in that. We supposed to be the best fans in sports. But y'all gonna stop supporting the team because of Black Lives Matter? Really? Like, what's the damn issue? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Now, I'm not saying you have to support Black Lives Matter. I'm just trying to figure out what the issue is. Like, if you're not racist, then the Black Lives Matter movement wouldn't bother you. I mean, that's just the way I see it. But hey, because, you know, these athletes are black men living in a country that, for the most part, does not care about black lives. So I applaud them for showing their support for the Black Lives Matter movement. I mean, y'all may not like it, but it is what it is. I want to say this because, I don't know, some of y'all just don't understand. These athletes, they're not your little show puppy. They're not here to just shut up and dribble. Yes, despite what you might think, they have their own lives. They can think for themselves. They can do things for themselves. They're not here just to be your entertainment. So don't think that they're here just to shut up and dribble, because they're not. You know, I just wish people, if you're racist, just say it, you know. Just say that you're racist, for real. Like, because I would appreciate it more if you were just honest, rather than you tell a bold-faced lie. Like, the truth, no matter how ugly it is, no matter how harsh it is always better than a lie. Like, if you're racist, just fucking say it and get on with it. Like, damn. Like, stop with the bullshit. It's always the same old excuses. It's always the same sorry-ass reasons as to why you're not racist. Oh, I'm not racist. I got black friends. Oh, I'm not racist. I got mixed children. Oh, I support black lives, but they shouldn't protest this way because of blah, blah, blah. Oh, they shouldn't kneel because it's disrespect. Oh, they shouldn't kneel because it's disrespectful for the troops. Oh, and the reason I've been hearing a lot lately, Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization. Really? Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization? Are you being for real? Like, oh my goodness. A terrorist organization? Really? Think about it, man. If Black Lives Matter is a damn terrorist organization, why the fuck would the NBA support it? Serious question. The NBA is a billion-dollar industry that has everything to lose and a lot to gain. So why the fuck would the NBA support a terrorist organization? And why would they support it openly at that? It's not just the NBA that supports the Black Lives Matter movement. The NFL, MLB, NHL, they support it too. Facebook supports Black Lives Matter, as does Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. So another question I have is, to all you Kentucky fans and Alabama fans who aren't supporting the team anymore because of Black Lives Matter, are you going to give up Facebook too? And you know, I'll answer that for you. No, of course not. You're not going to give it up because you need someone to hear your bitching and whining. and you need other people who want to bitch and whine with you. So yeah, I know you're not gonna give it up, but hey, Black Lives Matter is here to stay, whether you like it or not. And if you don't want to support Black Lives Matter, oh well. Either change your mind or change your mind and get with it, or get lost. It is what it is. If I offended you, I don't care. Seriously, I don't. I mean, if it bothered you that if I called you out, if you're racist and you don't like what I'm saying, well, forget you. I don't need your damn support. If you're my friend on Facebook and you racist, unfriend me. Pretend like I don't exist. Because I don't want anybody that's racist supporting me or this podcast. Anyways, before I move on, justice for Breonna Taylor, justice for Jacob Blake, justice for George Floyd, justice for anybody, black, white, whatever you might be, justice for anybody who has fallen victim to police brutality. All right, y'all, if you're still listening, great. That means you're not a racist bigot who's dumb enough to believe that Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization. Anyways, to all my Kentucky fans out there, if you haven't heard by now, there's still no new news about Olivier Sarr. Now, I'm not one who's into conspiracy theories, but I don't know. It seems to me like the NCAA is just trying to screw Kentucky over on purpose, because according to Matt Jones in Kentucky Sports Radio, now don't quote me, this is what Matt Jones is saying, there's been at least 50 players who have been granted their eligibility, and Olivier Sarr is still waiting. Like, I don't understand. Now, if you're not familiar, yes, grad students can transfer to a school and play right away. If you're an undergrad, you got to get a waiver. If you don't get a waiver, you have to sit out a year. Olivier Sarr was just a junior last year at Wake Forest, so he has to get a waiver in order to play. Now, is he going to get it? I don't know. Hell, it makes no sense that it seems like everybody who has applied for a waiver has got it, but Olivier Sarr is still waiting. Hell, it didn't take Johnny Juzang this long. Johnny Juzang transferred from Kentucky to UCLA, and they approved him like in weeks. Here we are, almost 4 months, and Olivier Sarr is still waiting on the NCAA. You know what's messed up though? Bryant Penn Johnson, I think that's his last name. He transferred from Washington to LSU, and Bryant Penn Johnson has already been granted his eligibility. The messed up thing is Bryant transferred to LSU a month after Olivier Sarr transferred to Kentucky from Wake Forest. So I don't know what the hell's going on. I think they're just trying to screw with Kentucky. I don't know. I mean, the NCAA doesn't like Kentucky as it is, but yeah, enough of that conspiracy theory talk. You know, it's like I said on previous podcasts, if Olivier Sarr is eligible, Kentucky's a Final Four team. He made the All-ACC third team last year. Some of his best games were against the big competition that Wake Forest faced, like Duke, Louisville, North Carolina, Arizona before their conference play. Notre Dame. So yeah, if he can play great against Duke and Louisville, I mean, playing against Auburn and Arkansas, Florida, shouldn't be no problem. Now, as I'm speaking right now, I mean, college football is still going to go on. Well, at least for the SEC and the Big 12, I believe. But Kentucky is going to play a 10-game schedule. They're only going to play against conference opponents. So we won't be playing Louisville this year. But you know what, though? Have y'all seen Kentucky's schedule? It's brutal. Now, I don't know all 10 opponents that Kentucky has to face, but I know Kentucky's got to face Auburn. They got to face Alabama. They got to face Georgia. They got to face Florida. They got to face Tennessee. And I believe they got Vanderbilt, South Carolina, Missouri maybe. I think Texas A&M and LSU. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't think we got LSU, but our schedule is going to be brutal as it is. Like, look, I love Kentucky, but we ain't going to beat Alabama. I just want Kentucky to keep it close. Like, don't lose by more than 2 touchdowns. Don't lose 50-7. That is the only thing I'm asking. Auburn's going to be tough, but I think that game could go either way. I think we'll beat Florida this year. I think we'll beat Tennessee this year. Georgia, that game could go either way, but that might be a loss. I think as long as Kentucky doesn't have any injuries, Kentucky should. I think they'll go 7-3, maybe 6-4, especially if we keep Terry Wilson healthy. Now, if Terry Wilson gets hurt, then yeah, I don't know. We might go 5-5 or worse, because I mean, there's still no word on Joey Gatewood either. He's another Kentucky player who's applied for immediate eligibility, and NCAA is still screwing around and not doing anything about it. I mean, let these kids know. That's all I'm saying. Just let them know, man. But even though it's just conference games, I'm still excited about this college football season. I'm excited to see all the new players, especially Justin Rogers, especially Vito Tisdale. Hopefully they get some good playing time this year. But it's going to be a weird season, but I think it'll be a good one, so long as everybody stays healthy at Kentucky. Moving on from college sports, I want to give a shout out to all the Kentucky players that are still in the NBA playoffs. Shout out to Jamal Murray, especially. Dude had 2 50-point games and a 42-point game against the Jazz. Jamal Murray was clutch. He always came through when the Nuggets needed him. And now they're in the second round against the Clippers. But yeah, Jamal, you and Nikola Jokic and Porter Jr., y'all gonna have to step it up. I mean, y'all got beat bad in game 1. If y'all want to make this series competitive, y'all going to have to play a little bit better. Shout out to Anthony Davis, of course. Lakers are in the second round of the playoffs. They're going to be facing the Rockets. Shout out to Patrick Patterson. Shout out to Enes Kanter. Shout out to Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. I mean, for this to be their first time in the playoffs, these boys out here playing like they 10-year veterans. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody else, but, you know, crazy stat here. Of the 8 teams left in the NBA playoffs, 5 of those 8 teams have at least one Kentucky player. Denver, of course, has Jamal Murray. Lakers got Anthony Davis. Celtics have Enes Kanter. The Clippers have Patrick Patterson. And am I forgetting anybody? I don't think so. No. Oh, the Bucks have Eric Bledsoe. So yeah, if one of those 5 teams wins the NBA Finals, I'll be happy. I mean, if y'all haven't listened to any of my previous podcasts, I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan. Yeah, we had 2 Kentucky players as well, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist and Willie Cauley-Stein. But unfortunately, the Mavericks, we got beat by the Clippers in 6. If Kristaps Porzingis didn't get hurt, we probably would have won that series. And it'd probably be us playing against the Nuggets right now. But it is what it is. I will say this though, to all the NBA fans out there, better watch out for the Mavericks. We coming for y'all. We got our superstar in Luka. He's got his all-star running mate in Porzingis. All we need is another piece or two, and we'll be a championship team in the near future. Bank on that. Shout out to. Okay, I think that's it for the shout outs. I don't think I'm forgetting any Kentucky players. If it comes back to me, I'll shout them out too. NFL season is getting ready to start. Hopefully my Titans will make some noise this year. Last year we was in the AFC Championship game, but we ultimately lost to the Chiefs, who would then go on to win the Super Bowl. Shout out to all the Kentucky players in the NFL. Shout out to any Kentucky players in Major League Baseball. I mean, I don't really follow baseball religiously like I do football and basketball, but if there's any Kentucky players in Major League Baseball, shout out to y'all as well. Now, I'm going to cut this one short. I ain't got much else to say. There's not a whole lot going on in the world of sports. Still no new news on Olivier Sarr. So I'm going to end it with some Netflix recommendations. Lucifer Season 5 is out. Watch it if you haven't already. Hell, if you haven't watched any seasons of Lucifer, I would recommend using your Saturday and Sunday to binge watch Lucifer. It is a great show. Trust me, you won't regret it. Hell, I've binge watched Lucifer Season 5 twice already. I might binge watch it a third time this weekend. I don't know. That's how much I love Lucifer. All the Jurassic Park movies are on Netflix. I mean, if you're a dinosaur fan like me, hey, watch Jurassic Park. Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2 are also on Netflix. Lots of good stuff on Netflix, but definitely watch Lucifer. Trust me, it is worth it. You will become a Lucy fan. I guarantee it. All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the podcast. Again, Black Lives Matter. I'm Deshaun, and I'm out.